you are in the beginning of something incredible, because by next year, we predict this will be bigger than the San Diego Comikaze. You are here at the beginning, you lucky devils. And we figured why drive all the way to San Diego when Stan Lee's Comikaze can get guests like Todd McFarlane and even much better ones. And
actually, I've been, you know, the other thing that's impressive, I've been asking a lot of the fans how easy it was to get in, and they said that they've been getting the people in pretty quickly. They were one of the.
I hope they had a ticket slip.
No?
It's not a charitable organization.
I didn't talk to those people. I talked to these people. They were the early ones. Okay, never mind. We'll go to the next subject. They said it's a pain in the ass. So no, again, you got the comic books, some of the artists. How did you go about finding the artists and the writers for your book? Again, we've got lots of people come up to my booth always saying, hey Todd, how do you get into the business? How do you get into the business? I know I've hired probably close to 100 artists in my 20 years. Just a lot of times, I find them right at conventions. People come up and they show me their artwork, and if that stuff looks good, I give them my phone number, we hire them. So how'd you come across some of the people you did?
I never listened to him, so I don't know what the hell he is. I didn't come across them. They came to me because I was with Marvel. Hey, I gotta tell you a funny thing about Marvel. We used to be called Atlas Comics.
Correct. This is pre-60.
DC was called National Comics.
Right.
After we had done the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and so forth, I realized we're on to something. We ought to change our name. We ought to get a better name than Atlas. And I thought of the name Marvel because I love advertising. And you can use Marvel and you can have slogans like, make mine Marvel. Welcome to the Marvel Age of Comics. Marvel marches on, and so forth. Okay. We changed our name to Marvel. DC, National Comics, which always sort of followed us a little bit. Somebody there said, hey, we ought to change our name. So they thought, and they thought, and they came up. We were Marvel. They came up with DC. They would have been better off staying with National. I mean, DC? What kind of imagery does that bring you?
DC marches. DC marches.
You must
Marvel marches?
You must not kill my stories. That's why I never invite you. Come to think of it, how did you get up here? I said I wanted a real professional guest. Next thing I know, McFarlane.
That's right.
I think he was the only one who do it. Everybody, with Stan Lee, forget it. He never stops talking and he doesn't say anything anyway.
Okay, hey, we're going to talk comic book. I don't know if you guys have noticed also, a lot of character names that Stan wrote that have double letters, right? Sue Storm, Bruce Banner, Reed Richards, who else we got?
Tony Stark!
Peter Parker, yeah, you guys missing. Okay, so tell him why. Okay, now he's going to give you the secret as to why he does that. Give them the secret.
He said that to embarrass me. Because the secret is, you've never suspected this. I know I look perfect to you. I have the worst memory in the world. So if I could remember one of the characters' names, I knew the other name began with the same letter, and it made it easy for me to think of what it was. And I still made mistakes. I used to get letters, hey Stan, don't you know the name of your own character? Bruce Banner. Who is that, the Hulk?
Yes. Robert Bruce Banner, right? Yes. Robert Bruce Banner.
So sometimes I call him Bob Banner, Bruce Banner, and they'd say, don't you know his name? So like you said, I took the easy way out. I said his name was Bruce Bob Banner, or whatever the hell. And that's the reason I did it, but it didn't help much. I still can't. I remember the character's name, but I couldn't remember who is he. Like I remembered Reed Richards, but I had to think, what strip is he in? But it came to me eventually.
Hey, so let me ask you a question then. You've done both single characters and then team books, right? The FF. So when you were writing them, did you enjoy one more than the other? Did you enjoy having the one character so you could focus the camera on it a lot more on that character, or did you like bouncing between different personalities in each one of the issues?
I never had time to give it that much thought. My publisher would say, "Stan, we need this book, we need that book." The printer was waiting for that book, so I'd write it, and I'd get it out, and that was it. And I didn't have time to think, do I like this better than that? Am I enjoying this? I just had to get him out. Just like now, I got to sit here and talk to him.
Stanley,
I'm not thinking, am I enjoying it?
Just went on
he won't let me talk. I'm the star, and he won't let me talk.
Stanley just went on record to say he's a hack. Right? You just said that. You went there and said, I was writing them and I didn't pay any attention to them. Come on.
No.
This is magic to us when we were kids. We want to hear some magical story. Come on, Mom and Dad. Tell us something big. Make it up. Lie to the children.
I am not ashamed to say I'm a hack. Hackdom is a very laudable place to be, because a hack has to write quickly and has to satisfy the audience, because if he doesn't, he's kicked the hell out of there. So I'm a hack. I've always been a hack. I'll always be a hack, and I think there should be an Academy Award for the best hack project of the year. As well as the best cameo.
We call it prolific where we come from.
Okay.
Okay. We can use a better word than that. Now,
I want to tell you how good he is. Wait, I'll tell you this. I was with Todd a few years ago, and we were talking about Thor, and we were talking about how important it is to draw a character so that he looks heroic, and you could draw a character in a million ways. A guy could draw Thor like this. He could be standing this way, or he could be standing this way. And Todd was talking about how when he draws Thor standing on a cliff, he makes sure there's a wind behind him. So does Thor wear a cape?
Yes.
Yeah, so that the cape blows behind him, and he's like that, and he looks as much like Stan Lee as a god could look. Oh, and Jack Kirby, the same thing. Jack once drew. Somebody once drew Dr. Doom on a chair talking to somebody, and he drew him like this. I said, "That's not Dr. Doom." So what did I do? I said, "Jack, come here. Show this guy how Dr. Doom should sit on a chair talking to somebody." So Jack immediately made the arms of the chair longer. So he's sitting like this, and he had him like this, and he had him like that, and that was Dr. Doom. And it's all a matter of the aspect and the angle and the way you make a character look. For example, if I were drawing him, I wouldn't make him look like this. I'd make him look heroic. But he understands what I mean.
Look at here's the point that Stan was mentioning there as an artist, and we got a bunch of fledgling artists out there. What the point I was making is the comic books are melodramatic. Stan's going to write the characters. He's going to give us a script, and he's going to give us all this big, grandiose stuff. I have to, when I'm drawing, have to not only be able to make the exciting stuff look good, but really, to me, the hardest pages were the one where nothing was going. So the point was, I could have Thor standing there on the mountain with the cape, with the wings turning, with the hair blowing, with the anvil in his hand, with the lightning bolts going, and it would look cool as hell, and the storm clouds are coming, and the balloon would say, "Pass the salt." And you go, that's pretty good for a guy just passing the salt. So our job in comic books is to entertain you guys and make it as heroic and melodramatic as possible.